there's a lot of mishaps in trucking, and there's a lot of stuff that if we were not getting complacent, or if we were taking it more serious, we wouldn't have issues with it. Well, let's talk about some of the most common mishaps in trucking. So hours of service is a big thing that people like to mess up, and it's just, you know, we forget to go to sleeper berth when we go to bed, or we forget to finish a 30-minute break. We might be like at 29 minutes and we forget to just go ahead and wait that extra minute, let it roll over to 30, and we might have moved the truck up or something and got it onto the drive line. So we got to take another 30-minute break. You know, time is money here, and if you're wasting your clock by just letting it run, you know, we're losing money on that. Yeah, you can go in there and edit it back, but the main thing is watch your clocks. Time is money. Save yourself money here. Trip planning. All right, trip planning right here. Trip planning is super important. It's not fun getting lost or missing your turn, having to figure out a way to turn around. It happens though. And we got these cool nifty tools called cell phones and Google Maps now, and they should help you out from making these mistakes. Like, I might zoom in on a business and it might be at the intersection. My GPS, whenever I'm looking at it, it tells me to turn left, but I know because I did my research before I got there that I looked at Google Maps and I saw where the truck gate was. It was to the right, so I needed to make a right. If I turn left, there ain't nowhere to turn around back over there. I'm gonna be in the world of trouble if I go that way. So it's real good to make sure that you do proper trip planning. Find those truck stops that you're gonna stop at for a 30-minute break, an hour break, or a 10-hour break. You know, get all your ducks in the line. Make sure that you set up, whenever you're thinking about stopping for the 30-minute break or the 10-hour break, do your research, find plan A, plan B, plan C if it takes it. Make sure that you have a good plan whenever it comes to taking a 10-hour break or a 30-minute break or stopping. Make sure you have your fuel stops in line. Make sure that everything matches up your hours of service. Are you going to have enough hours to get there? Do you need to stop early one of the days so you can get an earlier start the next day? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes into trip planning. It's very important, and we kind of mess it up sometimes. Even us guys that have been driving a long time, we still have these mistakes. Load securement. This is a big one right here. You didn't put in load locks because you were like, I'm not going that far, and then you had to stop hard because maybe somebody brake checked you or pulled out in front of you. Now you got these pallets that fell over. It's either damaged. It's going to be like a claims. You're going to have to deal with claims. Have a damaged product. The shipper's going to leave it on the truck. You're going to have to take it somewhere, get it disposed of. Maybe your flatbed, you didn't put enough straps on something, it broke, shifted your load, you have to pay money to get it restacked. On the reefer side, if you're doing like kegs and stuff like that, did the kegs moved, or you're gonna have to pay a restacking fee and have a company come out to restack it all before the shipper will take the load. I've had to do that before. I had some kegs in the back of my trailer, got knocked over. I didn't even have no hard brakes, no bad turns, or nothing. I think that they were already knocked over. It was a pre-sealed trailer, so I don't know how they got knocked over. I'm pretty sure it was not me though, and I had to get somebody to come out and restack that stuff, or I was gonna have to restack it. You know, it happens. But if we were able to put in the low locks properly and stuff like that, it's going to help prevent that. We're still going to have claims. It's not going to stop. When you have those claims though, because of you didn't secure it right, you might have to take that product somewhere, maybe to like a group home or something to get it unloaded, a church maybe. You got to find a way to get rid of that stuff. It's taking time out of your day. You can't get your trailer washed out if it's full of product that they refused at the shipper or at the receiver. It's not good. So making safety one of your biggest concerns. That's one of the mishaps we have out here, because you start getting laxed is what happens. You jump in the truck and you're all like, man, I'm just driving up to that truck stop. It's only 30 miles away. Who needs a seatbelt? Next thing you know, the law's got you. You're answering to the man on why you're not wearing a seatbelt. You know, it happens. There's distractions. We've all seen the drivers driving down the road next to us. Our trucks are at the same height as yours. They're over there on their cell phone or on their computer. So many distractions that's preventing people from being safe. Checking your mirrors enough. I mean, we get lax sometimes. We get complacent. We forget that we're hauling this 80,000 pound vehicle down the road. So you might not be checking your mirrors enough. This is going to be a danger to everybody out there because you're not doing your part, making sure you're safe. And then you're going to have a mishap happen, and you're going to have to, you know, call your safety department. Maybe it was caused an accident. It's just not good. Make safety one of your #1 concerns. Equipment checks. So everybody's doing pre-trip, right? So pre-trip's out there checking your equipment. Even if you switch trailers, say that you go to a drop and hook and you're switching trailers, make sure you go through that trailer and make sure that it's good. You don't want to do a drop and hook, leave your loaded trailer and pick up an empty trailer just to drive it up to the next place, and they open the doors and they're all like, oh, your chute's ripped down, or maybe you didn't check your tires, boom, you have a blowout. Like, this could have been prevented. And you know, it's a simple checking your equipment, doing your pre-trip, doing what's safe. Check your vehicle, check your brakes, you know, check your lights every day. Nobody wants to pay that costly ticket for having a light out. Nobody wants to get caught up in the wait station and get shut down. That's going to cost you money at the end of the day. Communication. You know, we all been there. We misunderstood our fleet manager, or our fleet manager misunderstood us. Make sure that you have that constant, like that clear and constant communication with your fleet manager so he can get with sales. Like, if you're stuck at a shipper or a receiver and it's taking a long time, you need that good communication with your fleet manager so you relay the message, hey, they got this, they're saying they're out of this product, and then your fleet manager can get with sales because he has good communication with them. He can get with sales, hey, what's going on? My driver's over here, stuck over here. They're saying they're out of product. And then sales can call them. And somehow, whenever you have this communication going on, it never fails. Somehow, everything's fixed and you're out of there. All because we use good communication. Bad communication would be like, they'll get me, I guess, loaded whenever they get the product. Like, have some communication with your fleet manager. Even with these shippers and receivers, good communication goes a long ways. So if you get to a guard shack and they're all like, well, you need to go around the second building, take a left, go down the side of that building until you get past 3 buildings, turn right, go down that street till you hit the stop sign, turn left. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Do you have a map by chance? They probably have a map at most shippers and receivers, especially the ones with the complex instructions. It's going to help you out. Also, I've been there before. I went to a receiver one time and they said, hey, go back into this door. And like, I was tired and I've thought that they were saying, hey, cut the seal, open the doors and back in. Never in my wildest dreams did I think at this place I went to was back in with the doors shut. So they did not want you to break the seal. They wanted you to back in with the doors shut. And usually when you have a dock like that, it sticks out from the wall. Like, I've been to a lot of places where you have the doors closed when you back in. They open it, load it all, they shut it inside the warehouse, they have you pull up. Well, this day I was really tired and I just heard, hey, go ahead and back it into door 17. So I went over there. Luckily, the guy opened the garage door to see if I was backed in as I'm cutting the seal. So I snipped the seal, and he said, hey, you're not supposed to cut the seal. I said, oh, no. He goes, we're supposed to refuse loads that the seals are cut. I was like, man, this is not good. But luckily, luck was on my side that he opened the door and he said, you know what? I seen you cut it. Like, I was right here when it happened. He said, just put it back on the tab and back the truck the rest of the way up. And I was like, man, I said, thank you so much. And he goes, hey, next time you come here, do not cut the seal. So, like, it was bad communication on my part. I heard what I wanted to hear. And then the last thing is professionalism. Now, a lot of people let this go out the door. They go to the shippers, the receivers, they're rude, people don't like dealing with them. Guess what? It's going to take you forever to get unloaded and loaded. You know, you got to be professional with your fleet manager. He's over there trying to help you out, trying to get you loads and stuff like that. If you're unprofessional with him, always cussing him out, telling him off, you think he's really going to want to work with you? You know, just because we're in these trucks by ourselves and we're on our own and we have to park in these dirty truck stops, and, you know, we deal with always homeless people begging for change, and, you know, people knocking on your door all the time and you're not getting much sleep. At the end of the day, let's be the professional truck drivers that we are, and let's keep that professionalism. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this video helps some people that's been out here driving to not be so complacent. It's just back to basics right here. Listening to the video, you might pick up some tips on how that you've been complacent here recently. Let's get that fixed. I hope that this opened your eyes to some places that you might need to get back to the basics on and pick up yourself more in that area. Always take a look at yourself and try to improve yourself. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all stop by for my Thursday night lives at 7 p.m. Central Time. Real questions and answers.
So if you love this content that I put out on this channel, then make sure you click the next video right there. Also, if you want to check out some playlists I have right there. Don't forget, Thursday night lives, 7 p.m. Central Time. You can come ask your own questions and answers and get all the information you want. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, then go ahead and click that face right there.